All right, greetings everyone. This is Hong Long from Hong Long Wuja, and welcome to the stream. Get started here with a very crappy map, it seems. Just looking at it myself right now. Oh god, what a way to start the day. And I thought we had like 9 people into. We had 8 people. I thought we had 9. Now we only have 7, right? 3. Yeah. Anyway, please help us out by giving us a thumbs up and subscribing to the channel if you have not done so already. And if possible, consider donating to us through that coffee link in the description below. And thank you, Marcus, for donating $20 to us. Really appreciate it. All right. Oh, what are we going to do? This is just crap. Crap. Brave, Kerrigan, bonus. How do we do it? How much is that rock break? Can't get my eye to adjust. We could go here. We don't need to. Let's see.
That's a negatory. It's blocked.
This is not going to work that way. This is just
Upgrade complete. Not enough minerals.
First blood.
leave this sucker in there until we get that.
Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals.
What a miserable map. Miserable map. Hopefully this is not. I'm only on here because I am so tired. Oh, I can't do anything. My allergies are going haywire. My eyes just, I feel like I need to just scratch them out. Scratch them out! They itch so badly. It's like I have some needles in my eyes.
Not enough minerals.
First. I played 2 games last night after midnight. I got here to go to sleep, so I got up. And I really just read for like an hour and a half, and then there happened to be 2 games. Saved 3 people. Nobody on.
Not enough minerals.
Go after the throttling. We'll try to see if I can't make this a little bit longer.
Not enough minerals.
Look at there, I made it up to 2nd place. I'm going to sell these. Pop us in. Blockers. 6 blockers. Okay.
Not enough minerals.
Uh,
Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals.
There's something in the way.
Upgrade complete. Not enough minerals. 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 Not enough minerals.
This might be it right here. I need to get at least one more kill. What did you do? Yeah, if I would have went with my melee tower there a little bit earlier, I would have won it. Oh well. C'est la vie. All right. On that note, we will take a short break while we wait for the next game to begin. Please take this opportunity to give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and, if possible, donate to us through that coffee link by making either a one-time or recurring donation to the channel so that we can keep doing this. We can do this more regularly. Doesn't take a lot to keep this channel afloat.
Red dragon moves with fire in his veins, a master of chaos, breaking the chains. These people, they try to amaze, but they're lost in their tiny little mazes. Entropy builds while the rhythm plays. These people in the tiny little mazes. Red dragon dances, setting fire to phases. He twists, he turns, he breaks, he blazes, lost in the chaos, the tiny little mazes. He shifts the tides with a flick of his hand. Waves of confusion, he takes command. The clock ticks down, their hope ablaze, but still they fall to their tiny little mazes. Patterns shatter, the system frays. Red dragon laughs as the music sways. These people and their tiny little mazes. Red dragon dances, setting fire to phases. He twists, he turns, he breaks, he blazes, lost in the chaos, the tiny little mazes.
All right, we are back with this mess.
Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals. Additional supply depots required. Not enough minerals.
Well, at least this map is slightly better than the last one. Actually, it's a hell of a lot. One air wave, one bonus wave, and one other crap wave.
Not enough minerals.
Yeah, it looks like I lost like 300 points the last game. Not liking Lu Manchu as the host here. There's plenty of other people online, even for that first game.
Additional supply depots required. Additional supply depots required. Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals. Additional supply depots required. Not enough minerals. Upgrade complete.
I can't build here.
Not enough minerals.
Oh shit, I didn't aim it.
Not enough minerals.
I can't build here.
Additional supply depots required. Additional supply depots required.
I don't know if I managed to change it or not.
Not enough minerals. Additional supply depots required. Unacceptable command. We are at maximum supply. Not enough minerals.
These people and their tiny little mazes.
Not enough minerals. Upgrade complete. Upgrade complete. Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals.
Ah, doesn't look like I'm gonna get it. No, I'm gonna get it. Bam, yo.
Upgrade complete. Upgrade complete. Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals.
Boom, taking it.
Upgrade complete. Not enough minerals.
Everybody, where's the cat? Where's he at? There he is. He doesn't want to fight with by me mouth for this spot anymore. Come on. Come on up here. Come here, Orson. Come on. Come on. Ooh, look at him go. Maybe I shouldn't have put any shouldn't have done any of those cues. Looks like it's hurting.
Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals.
Wow, my damage has dropped dramatically, huh?
Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals.
Dramatically. That's an understatement.
Damn, look at Raccoon go.
Not enough minerals.
God, he's like way, way higher than me. What about his, yeah, he didn't do any Qs. As soon as I did my Qs, I started getting hurt.
Not enough minerals.
Ugh, it's gonna hurt. I'm just dropping. That's better. Only 60. Oh, I actually got 25. Not too shabby. We'll take that. Oh, I thanked him at the beginning of the stream. Actually, Alrighty. It looks like we are back in action. What do we got? Crap. Move it. Stage 4. Lots of no build spots. No hopes, are there? Okay, so that doesn't matter.
Not enough minerals.
Oh, I don't see what I'm going to do here. You got a 90. You got 830. Got a 90 over here. Oh, here we go. 90, 60. I like that chain. No, not that one. Bounce. I guess we can go with that. Could also go with this. Expensive. Oh, this one looks like big splash. Big multi. Feminine range. And do we have any rock breaks? It's really expensive. Yeah, I'm not liking the TPs at all.
There's something in the way.
Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals.
Kind of need one more blocker there and one more blocker there. This is. I don't want this one. I'll see how we're going to get these TPs working. Well, I see how we're going to get them working. We're just not going to be able to build down here to get them working. On this lovely little 60-30 or 60-90.
Additional
what?
supply depot. Not enough minerals.
I have to do that. Huh?
Upgrade complete.
Wow, you really can't build them. You have to use a rock rig. I could use a rock rig, take that out, siphon this back around over here, and have everything come up and through here. Put your maze, put my maze in here. I see it working with the big splash. Yes, if I use the big splash. Charges too. Yeah. Thing is, there's only one spot right.
Additional supply depots required.
Hey, Perpetual, what's up, Doctor? How goes things? See, there's only one spot right there for that.
Not enough minerals.
I'm just not seeing how I'm gonna.
Additional supply depots required. Not enough minerals.
Okay, I see what we're doing here. Boom, boom. We'll grab that in there. It's at 84. How much is this? 65. It looks like it's a lot better. This one is down here at 50 and 60. I think.
Additional supply depots required. Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals.
What do we say? Minimum range. Ooh, man, big multi-shot. BMS. Maybe I think that's what we're gonna do is BMS. I used melee already, and I got my ass kicked on the first map. But the reason I got my ass kicked is I got started late too. It was already the third wave before I even looked at the map.
First blood.
If I would have lasted at least one more wave, however, I would have won that game. Because I was much longer than everybody else. Shit, we've already spent half of our supply just doing this bit. But we're not going to need a whole lot of supply down here. Block it off there. Have them come up in here. Come on down in here. I don't know if there's a spot there.
Upgrade complete.
I guess Doctor's not going to do the rock break.
Upgrade complete.
We could with this thing here. You have to send this in there. Yeah, there's just no maze going on here that way.
Not enough minerals.
Definitely not doing the cues this game. I really haven't decided on my thing yet. I'm leaning towards big multi-shot. I would rather have big splash, but I don't think big splash is going to reach from here to here.
Chase good. And more that I can take out somewhere that I don't need. Oh, but if I do that, I'm going to. So you can't go in there.
Not enough minerals.
Guess we'll find out next wave what tower we're going. Okay, so boom, 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 boom.
Not enough minerals.
Hey, you didn't hit both TVs. You didn't hit both. You only hit that one. Or did I miss it? I must have missed it. What do we got to get? Third place? Second? Third? Even third. I think we need second. You know, up to the third. It's looking bleak. One of those point losing days.
Upgrade complete.
Are getting in there. I guess that's what we're gonna do then.
Additional supply depots required. Not enough minerals. Not, not enough minerals. Not enough.
Show
Not
off.
enough minerals.
Non-rock breaking person. Brutal.
Not enough minerals. 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 Additional supply depots required. Not enough minerals.
Crap. Those fools left. Oh no, there's one. Oh yeah. Yeah, I didn't even see that you could do that with the sending him around. He just gave up on that that second TP. Gosh, us like the bugs. These allergies are just going haywire. I just want to yank my eyeballs out. And for anybody who's interested, Hertha Berlin, they've won their first 2 games against pretty decent opposition, too. Of course, I didn't get to see the game because I canceled my ESPN subscription. Once they go, they win every game all the year. I did try and watch. Well, I'll mention this later when I perpetuate it, but I'll just repeat myself. I watched. I started to watch Battlestar Galactica, the TV show. Not the old one, but the new one from like 2000. I made it through the first season of it, and then I had to look it up. Too much religious stuff. I was like thinking about it. It's like, I mean, I watch a lot of stuff with religious stuff in it. It doesn't bother me. Even religious stuff that's proclaimed as true in the fictional story setting, it doesn't bother me. But this just did. It was Greek gods battling the one true God, and I guess also the thing that bothered me was that all the characters were shit. They were literally shit. Everybody was a racist. Everybody was it was just there was very little rationality being used in other sequences that didn't have the religion in it. And then, of course, the sequences with the religion, everybody was... I mean, there were a few people who were not religious. But there was just this zealotry from both machines and the advanced civilization that was supposed to be existing there. It just rubbed me wrong. Well, I guess, the humans were followers of the Greek gods. But they were all, I mean, everybody basically was characterized in black and white stereotypes. With maybe 1 or 2 exceptions. And it just rubbed me wrong. I couldn't watch it. I remember I liked the first one with who was it? I can't remember that. I remember Lauren Green was Adama and Dirk Benedict was Starbuck. Can't remember who played Apollo, but looked like the guy from 8 is Enough. I remember that. Anyway, that show is, I like that one. This one, not so much. Well, it looks like we're going to have us a little wait here. Let's put us on some music. Ooh, yay! Look at this. Woo! Another pretty little map. That was just atrocious. 2 junk maps like this today.
Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals.
It's just caca poo.
Upgrade complete. Not enough minerals.
Yeah, I'm not gonna enjoy this.
Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals. Additional supply depots required.
Unbelievable!
Additional supply depots required.
Somebody over there is doing a rock break on us.
Upgrade complete. Not enough minerals.
Somebody doing a rock break on us.
maybe two. Either that or Mr. Def is not it's AFK.
Not enough minerals.
It's not that much. But you're not going to get by this too, though.
Not enough minerals.
They got crushed on that last one. Doctor One, eat us like dogs. I was saying while you were out, I tried watching the Battlestar Galactica show, the TV show, the new one. Ugh. I got through the first season and then that was it. I had to delete it from the watch list. Just a little bit too much religious mumbo jumbo for me. I mean, they have less than 50,000 people. And of those 50,000 people from this advanced civilization, apparently a third of them are willing to blindly follow so this woman who happens to be president. Oh shit! Oh, I got screwed on that one. Blindly follow this woman who happens to be president. On a mission to find the lost gods that no one's heard from for, I don't know, what, 2,000 years? Just seems a bit stretching. And then, of course, the machines were represented by the Christian god. And then there's just the characters are all so ignorant, mean, stupid, base. They're backwards. I mean, after a while, there was no one. There was no character that you liked. At the end of season 1, there wasn't a single character in there that I liked. Maybe the Cylon boomer chick, but even then, I mean, her character acts irrationally. And then they have this thing where, well, if they die, if the human-looking machines die, their programs are uploaded automatically into another. How is the copy of her program where she dies in a solar system? Who knows how many light years away from the other, from where her copy is? How does it transfer? how does that transfer? Obviously, there's no communications thing because they don't know anything about what's going on with them until they meet again or until they die. But when they die, I mean, how does that happen? Maybe there's no rational there's no explanation given for it. But there can be no rational explanation for that. I mean, if they can download her being, her brain or whatever from light years away, then they should be able to communicate with her from light years away. Stand to reason. I mean, it's a little easier to say, hi, what's going on? Nothing. This is where I'm at, blah, 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 than to download every possible thing that I know. Yeah. And what I remember from the first one, it was nothing like that.
Not enough minerals.
Yeah, there's a ship. If there's a ship following them, then then they would know where they were at all times. It was just nonsensical. I just couldn't take it. I mean, I think the main thing for me was that there were none of the characters were likable. And then, of course, there was that identity politics MAGA thing where, well, everybody's an ass. Everybody who belongs in this group is an ass. Whether it be the machines or the humans, they're all just disgusting. So it's just,
Not enough minerals.
I don't remember a lot about the first one, but I remember the characters were much more likable. All of the characters, even the Cylons. None of these characters were likable. All right, let's make sure we do this right this time.
Not enough minerals.
All right, we're going to build our tunnel. But and the thing with having a ship following them, it's still the same thing. If it can download their brains and stuff, then why can't they just communicate with them? It's the same thing. I mean, it's going to be, like I said, it's a lot easier to communicate 2 or 3 words or 2 or 3 sentences than in my entire being.
Not enough minerals.
Ooh, I got some points this time.
Additional supply depots required. Not Not enough minerals. Upgrade complete.
I've watched 1 or 2 episodes of that. I mean, it was okay, but I didn't think it was all that great. I prefer the films, the older films, the ones from the 70s, 60s and 70s. I can't remember who that was that played him, but I liked his version the best.
Not enough minerals.
Somebody else that was it Kenneth Branagh that did a version of him? Somebody some big actor recently did a version of him. Not the one that you're referring to. There was another one that did like 2 or 3. I think they were movies, and I was not. I don't think it was. It was his. It wasn't his portrayal that I didn't like. It was the director. And I think I quit watching that one as soon as the seance thing came up.
Not enough minerals.
A lot of these mystery detective shows, they recycle the same plots. like they all always do, like there's a fertility clinic one. There's the fertility clinic where the
Unacceptable command. We are at maximum.
fertility clinic where the guy who's running it impregnates everybody. And basically has 1,000 kids in the community that are his. That's a popular one that they do. There's always the psychic that comes to help out. and while, to their credit, almost all of the shows denigrate the psychic helping out. They generally always leave right at the end in the last scene. Boom, something that, oh, well, maybe there is something to this. But, I mean, you know, what can you expect from Hollywood morons? I don't know what... I guess that's where I'm going to have to...
Unacceptable command. We are at maximum supply.
Yeah, this screwed me up. I should have had another tower built.
Upgrade complete. Not enough minerals.
I don't know what he's done, but I've seen his name pop up like 4 or 5 times in the last 2 days. I think he did something with Steve Spielberg. I saw a reference to that. Yeah, I'm done. Ah, he went around. some other plots that they recycle. Oh, there's the one that I did the video about, and that pops up in all genres of films where they play poker, and then somebody has a really good hand, and the guy bets like $1,000, and he's the other guy, the guy who has got a really good hand, he's only got like 500. He's like, well, I only got 500. Well, then you're just going to have to give up the pot. No. See, that's not how poker works. But they do every one of those films. They do that. They're like, well, if you ain't got the money and you can't call that bet, then you lose the pot. No, that's not how that works. If that were the case, then in any poker game, the richest person at the table would win every time. That's just the way it is. If you can buy the pot, the richest person wins every time. No, see, what would happen is if I've only got the guy makes it $1,000 to me, and I've only got 500. Well, then I put in my 500. If it's just me and that guy, he has to take back 500 of his dough. If there's another person playing and they decide to call the $1,000, then there's two separate pots. There's a pot for me up to the $500, and then they start another pot with the other guy's 500 and the caller's extra 500. That's how that works. If it didn't work like that, like I said, the person whoever had the most money coming onto a table would win every time. So all you'd have to do is bet more. And then, of course, they use that so that they can go, well, okay, well, let me put my house into the game. And no, see, that's not the way it works. You can only bet in poker. You can only bet on the table what you've got on the table. They don't let you buy in more in mid hand. That's not the way that works. There's countless friggin' TV shows going back to when they first started doing TV shows and movies where they use that stupid plot. Trying to think of there's usually always one where they go over crop circles. And that's in English mystery shows too. Come on, man, why'd you go? Yeah, at this rate, I'm never going to get back any of my points. I'm just going to keep dropping. 53, 2, 2, and 2. At least we can build this stuff. Why do you go with 4 people? It's 53 and 2. There's
Yeah. This is the crapola, the crapola. This is such the crapola. What?
Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals.
We get one shutter. Alright, I'm leaning towards charge.
First blood.
Additional supply depots required. Not enough minerals. Additional supply depots required. Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals.
No, he's just got one. He's got his maze done, and it's going to one town, one place.
Upgrade complete. Upgrade complete. Not enough minerals.
All right, then don't.
Not enough minerals. Unacceptable command. We are at maximum supply. Upgrade.
No! Oh, I wouldn't have done that. I thought, why did I think it was so cheap? That hurt. That hurt. Well, you know what? We can do this thing. Put that tower up there yet? No. Yeah, I thought it was like 30. I thought it said 33 for the freaking stinking mass.
Not enough minerals.
Yeah. Teach me for thinking.
Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals.
Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals. I've been seeing a lot of articles from U.S. and British newspapers talking about what next for the Venezuelan democracy. Neglecting to mention that they don't have any democracy there. They don't have any kind of government. It's a colonial government now. As Trump says, the U.S. is in charge there now. and while he might be talking out his ass in most cases, he's not there. They do. The U.S. does run that country now.
Not enough minerals.
At least until people start taking to the streets, which actually surprised hasn't happened yet. He still didn't put a tower up there. Uh, It's too late now. Of course, had he done that, he'd still be in the game.
Not enough minerals.
I'm guessing Knight got in the second TP. Let's see how you can really do that. Unless you have them, who's going. Let's see. I guess you could do this like instead of doing like that. You have them come down in here like this. Yeah, that's the way you do it. You have him, and then just maze like, wah, 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 and then have him come up that way. Well, I think it's too late for me to redo my maze.
Not enough minerals.
Not enough minerals. Not enough. I mean, you read the articles, and they're like, "Well, Marco Rubio's going to blah, 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 blah. So, what? This is what the Venezuelans need to do to fix their democracy." Well, first of all, the fact that you're mentioning Marco Rubio means that the first thing they need to fix is to get rid of Marco Rubio. Oh, see, I do have TP2 working. It's not very good.
Not enough minerals.
I don't think so.
Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals.
Oh, he's missing money.
Not enough minerals. Not enough.
This is going to be good enough. Ooh, 5 whole points. With rocking and rolling now. That should be good enough.
Not enough minerals.
Get 10 more. 9, 7, 6, 5, 4. Coinage.
Victory!
Yeah, see, he got both of them going. High damage. I was the champion of the world.
Not enough minerals. Additional supply depots. Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals.
That's a negatory. It's blocked.
Additional supply depots required. Not enough minerals.
First blood.
Additional supply depots required. Additional supply depots required. Not enough minerals. Additional supply depots required. Upgrade complete. Upgrade complete. Upgrade complete. Not enough minerals.
Yeah, I noticed that about the taking my color. Damn him for giving me advice. Damn him!
Not enough minerals. 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 minerals. Not enough 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 minerals. Upgrade complete. Not enough minerals. Additional supply depots required. Not enough minerals. 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 Not enough minerals.
I was looking so good for a while. I looked like Cuckoo the Kaka. I'm done. I can see I'm losing at least 100 points here.
Upgrade complete. Not enough minerals.
That's actually happened before as a bug. I'm done.
You got that TP working there, huh? Nah, I see. I guess I was the only one who didn't get the TP in, huh? I just didn't see it. No, he didn't. Knight didn't do that either. All right, I'm willing to go with one more. Hope it's not Lu Manchu with me driver's seat, though. They pull that trigger quickly. This will definitely be the last game of the night. Because I have to get up early. All I want to do is these allergies kicked in is sleep. I need to get some income coming in. I got to start working out. I got to start going hiking again. That's probably another reason why I'm so tired. I'm getting too fat. This would be a good game. I like these waves best. Not a lot. Oh, different lanes, only 7. I guess we'll play this instead. Now we get some supply. Okay. One shotter. We played 3 games, 4 games, and I've used angle twice. There's a 120/60.
Not enough minerals.
I didn't want to see how slow I am right there. Not exceptionally slow.
I can't build here.
Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals.
First blood.
Additional supply depots required. Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals. Additional supply depots required. Not enough minerals.
Can't spell.
Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals.
What's the tower?
Additional supply depots required. Not enough minerals.
All right, we're not going to go with that. We're not going to go with that. We need more range. I think I'm gonna go with the two-sided.
Not enough minerals. Upgrade complete. Not enough minerals.
Enough minerals. I can't go bounce because of the bold titan. If there were a lot more waves, then I wouldn't worry about the bolt, but it's only 6 waves, so you have to take it into consideration that it's only one shot.
Not enough minerals. 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 Upgrade complete. Not enough minerals.
Guess everybody's built on the same spot.
Not enough minerals. Upgrade complete. Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals.
It's not good. This is no good. I must survive.
Not enough minerals.
I'm gonna get it. Ah! Everybody nice. Same thing. See, how's that better than mine? I guess it's all about the tower. Because my maze was certainly much longer than his. And more, my tower was hitting more often. I'm not getting that one. Same here. I just don't get it. I had all of this before the TP, and they've got it all after. It's got to be the tower. I had a lot more coverage anyway. Alright, I'm out of here, folks. I've got things I got to do. I gotta get up early. Hope you enjoyed the stream. If so, give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And, if possible, consider donating to us through that Coffee link, which is down in the description below. I will see you the next time. I'm not sure when I'll be back, but probably sometime this week. I am just so tired lately. I don't know what the hell's wrong with me. Anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed it. Give us a thumbs up. subscribe, and I will see you later. Thanks, Perpetual, for showing up again. As always, I appreciate it. Talker, thanks for the song, for the coffee. I appreciate it. And I will see everybody later. Thank you, and have a good night. Great weekend. Rest of your weekend.